Very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss a fourth problem on income from other sources. So hope that you have understood the first three problems which we have discussed from the last class. Here there is a problem which appeared in November-December 2012 question paper. The question number in the question paper is 13 and it's on page number 57 at the question paper booklet. Okay, so I will read out once the problem with the brief explanation. Later on we will look into the solution part. So Sri Nagesh has the following investments and incomes in the previous year 2018-19 and they are requested to calculate the income from other sources. We will look into some of the incomes which Mr. Nagesh is having in the previous year. So here comes the incomes, that is dividend from a company rupees 15,600. So as I explained in the last class, dividend from a company, that is, it is understood that the dividend from a company, it is from a domestic company or Indian company. So without any doubt, the dividend from a domestic company or the Indian company is completely exempted from tax. Second one, examinership remuneration rupees 4,000. So Mr. Nagesh, I think he is working as an professor and he is receiving the remuneration for doing the examination activities. So that is rupees 4,000, which is taxable under income from other sources. Third one, royalty by the publication of a book rupees 96,000. Again, so he has wrote one book, there is no title here, they are mentioned, but he is receiving the royalty on the publication of a book of rupees 96,000, which is chargeable to tax under income from other sources. And next one, winning from lottery, that is they have provided the net winnings. So remember one thing, in case of the casual income, if there is a net winning, we have to gross up. Okay, so we will later on discuss the grossing up criteria. And here the net winning from lottery is rupees 35,000. And next one, winning from the horse race. There is one more casual income and this amount has also presented in the net winning rupees 28,000 and this one has to be grossed up. Next one, rupees 32,000 which fetch 10% tax free commercial securities. So it comes under tax free commercial security. So tax free commercial securities, we have to calculate rupees 32,000 multiplied with 10% of the tax rate. On that we have to do the grossing up, that is 10%. Okay, next one, rupees 3,600 received as interest. So here there is no total amount of investment and the rate of the interest, they have provided directly the interest amount. Okay, so directly we can do the grossing up of 3,600 rupees. Okay, 3,600 received as interest on tax-free company securities, which is listed one. Whether it is listed or unlisted, we have to provide the TDS of 10% for this one. And it comes under the tax-free commercial securities. Okay. Next one, interest on tax-free debentures of Mysore Electric Company. This comes under Mysore Electric Company is Government of Karnataka undertaking. So that's why it is considered as the local authority. Okay, so debentures or bonds or any kind of the securities issued by the local authority, it is taxable under the income from other sources. So here they have provided the interest amount of 7,200 which we have to do the grossing up. Okay, next one, rupees 4,500 as interest on tax free debentures, which is listed one. Again it comes under the tax free commercial securities under the listed group. Again 4,500 will be grossed up by considering the grossing up formula. Next one, rupees 40,000, which is going to fetch 10% interest tax-free debentures of a company. So this one is also considered as the tax-free commercial security or the tax-free commercial debentures, we can say in a simple way, and it is also taxable. Next one, rupees 40,000, 12% Punjab government securities. So this comes under less tax government securities, and it is fully chargeable to tax on the interest amount. Okay, next one. And remember one thing, for Punjab government securities there is no grossing up. Why? Because for tax free government securities and less tax government securities there is no grossing up condition. Okay, next one, that is on October 2018 he sold the above for 40,000 10% tax free debentures of a company for rupees 45,000. So remember point number 10, that is 40,000 10% tax free debenture of a company. So this debenture has been sold to a company on the rate of rupees 45,000. Okay, and again in December 2018 he inherited rupees 60,000 10% tax free debentures in the form of the listed debentures of XY Limited. Okay, so here he has sold point number 10th security, that is 40,000 10% tax free debentures of a company, and by selling this he has purchased one more debenture which comes under the listed, that is with the value of 60,000 10% tax free debentures of the listed of XY Company Limited. And later on, from his father, interest on above securities falls due on December 31st every year. So on this above stated security, the interest is falls due on 31st December of every year. So he has sold prior to the payment of, within the date of due date of payment of interest, and therefore the interest on this will not be considered. Okay, so we will later on look into what might be the taxability of this income. And he claims the following deductions. There are two deductions which he claims: collection charges for interest and dividend at 2% of net amount realized, and purchase of lottery tickets of rupees 2,000. We will look into what might be the deduction allowable for these two claims of Mr. Nagesh. So we will go with the problem. Okay, so here comes the solution. So as simple, we have to provide the basic details, that is the name of the assessee is Mr. Nagesh and his residential status is ordinary resident, and we are computing the taxable income from other sources for the assessment year 1920 for the incomes earned in the previous year 2018-19. And here comes the solution part. The first one, dividend from a company. So as I told earlier, dividend from Indian company is completely exempted to the extent of rupees 10 lakh. Okay, so here the interest has been received, that is rupees 15,600, which is already completely exempted. Second one, examinership remuneration, that is 4,000, which is fully taxable. Next one, the royalty by the publication of a book, that comes to rupees 96,000. And next one, winning from lottery. So winning from lottery is a casual income, and we have to do the grossing up. The grossing up will be like this: grossing up equals 35,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 70. That is, in the theory class I have explained that in the denominator we have to provide the TDS of 30% for the casual incomes, and the formula will be grossing up multiplied by 100 by 100 minus 30, that comes to rupees 35,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 70, and that amounts to rupees 50,000 is the gross winning from the lottery. Next one, that is winning from horse race, and here also we have to do the grossing up, that is rupees, again the same formula will be applicable to the casual income of the horse race as which is applicable in case of the winning from lottery. So grossing up of the horse race comes to rupees 28,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 70, and that comes to rupees 40,000. Next one, that is interest on tax-free commercial securities. So here we have to calculate the interest on the tax-free commercial security. First we have to calculate the interest amount, that is they have provided the principal of amount of the investment, that is 32,000, which fetch an interest of 10%, that comes to rupees 3,200 is the interest amount, and we have to do the grossing up for this one, that is 3,200 multiplied by 100 by 90. Why? Because 100 minus 10% is the rate of TDS for the securities or for the commercial or for any other securities issued by the government. So here comes the grossing up, that is 3,200 multiplied by 100 divided by 90, that comes to rupees 3,556. Next, seventh one, interest on tax-free company securities, which is listed one. Okay, so they have directly provided the interest amount, that is rupees 3,600 is the interest amount received by Mr. Nagesh. Okay, so 3,600 multiplied by 100, again for listed or non-listed security there is no difference, we have to provide the TDS of 10%, therefore 100 minus 10 equals 90. So 3,600 multiplied by 100 divided by 90, that comes to rupees 4,000. Okay, the next part is point number 8, interest on tax-free debentures of Mysore Electric Company. So it is also an unlisted security, that's why rupees 7,200 is the interest amount received in the form of the interest from the tax-free debenture of Mysore Electric Company. 7,200 multiplied by 100 divided by 90, that comes to rupees 8,000 is the taxable interest. Next one, that is interest on tax-free debentures of the listed company. So again they are saying that he is receiving interest on the tax-free debentures of rupees 4,500, which is multiplied with 100 divided by 90, that comes to rupees 5,000 will be the interest on tax-free debentures. Next, so here comes note number 1 for point number 10. Tax-free debentures of XY company. In the para they have provided he has sold 40,000 10% tax-free debentures of a company before the due date of the payment of the interest. Okay, and the interest on this debenture will not be received, so the interest on this debenture is not going to be considered. Instead of considering the interest on 40,000 10% tax-free debentures, whatever the debenture which he has purchased by selling this existing debenture, that is going to be considered, that is rupees the tax-free debenture that is listed of XY company, which they have provided in the para next to the points of the investments, that is 60,000 with the interest rate of 10%. So on 60,000 we have to calculate the 10% rate of interest, that comes to rupees 6,000, and grossing up will be 6,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 90. Again we have to do the grossing up for this one, 6,000 rupees of the taxable debenture interest amount, that comes to rupees 6,667. And the last one, that is interest on Punjab government securities, as this security is issued by the government for the less tax government security. It comes under less tax government security. Okay, remember these points. Less tax government security should not be grossed up anyhow. So we are not going to do the grossing up for the government securities. Okay, directly we have to calculate the rate of interest, and the investment is 40,000 multiplied by the rate of interest is 12%, that comes to rupees 4,800 will be the interest on the investment made in Punjab government securities. Okay, so this is the treatment of all the securities which is issued by different organizations and the governments which Mr. Nagesh has made the investments. So this comes the gross income from other sources 2,22,023, and we have to deduct. He claims two deductions. First one, the commission charged on for interest and dividend, that is 2% on the net amount realized, and the purchase of lottery tickets. Okay, for purchase of lottery tickets, that is note number 3, purchase of lottery tickets rupees 2,000 is not eligible. Remember this point, is not eligible for deduction, so it is not deducted from the income. And here the qualified deduction or the rebate value will be the commission charges on interest and dividend, that comes to rupees 2,22,023 multiplied by 2% interest, that comes to rupees 4,440. With this we are going to get the taxable income from other sources of rupees 2,17,573. So please go through once again with this problem. This is asked for 15 marks in one time explanation. I can understand that you are not going to understand the whole problem. Please watch this video for 2 or 3 times. It's a little bit, and 18 minutes. Okay, so thank you very much. For today only this much is enough. Thank you once again.